Things to consider when receiving an inheritance. This is something that Grant and I get to unfortunately see in our office quite often. One of those knowns in life is you will pass away, and unfortunately, we have to deal with that more often than not. So, Grant, in these unfortunate circumstances, when someone does receive an inheritance from a loved one, what are some things to consider when receiving that inheritance?
Absolutely. So, Aaron, oftentimes for those that are receiving money, sometimes it can be a joyous event or a very life-altering event. But to your point, someone had to expire in order, unfortunately, for that to take place. But here's what I would say when receiving an inheritance from top to bottom in priority, things to consider. Number one is this: what's your role in this inheritance? Oftentimes, Aaron, families who are receiving an inheritance don't know what role they carry, whether that's the executor or executrix of the estate, successor, trustee, power of attorney over the estate, right? Now, all of a sudden, they're either filing a K-1 and having to file an estate tax document for the estate of the loved one. So when you're looking at your family members, I know sometimes money can be taboo, but do me a massive favor. Talk to your loved ones and ask them who's in charge of the estate when they transition away, or we like to say go home early. That's important to know because you're going to need what your duties are, right? And so receiving money is one thing, but the workload that goes into receiving that wealth can sometimes be an absolute bear. So especially for families who are not trained to go through the probate process or the estate transition process, it can be nightmarish sometimes, especially as there's things all over the place. The second is make sure whether you're facilitating the transition of the estate or you're handling the care for others in the transition of the estate, make sure when you're asking that question as well about your duty to ask and to be very clear where everything is, right? There's nothing worse than you getting ready to close an estate transition because someone passed. All of a sudden, an asset comes out of nowhere, right? That now you have to claim and reopen the estate for. And then for those that are receiving wealth, Aaron, the big one that we always cover, right? Taxes, taxes, taxes. Not all money is created equal. So just because you received $1 million, make sure you do the due diligence of trying to figure out what that type of money is. Is it an inherited IRA? Do I have to follow Secure Act 2.0 rules? Is it cash and brokerage money? Did I get an investment account and receive step up in the cost basis? Did I get a Roth IRA? Woohoo! Well, guess what? You still have to follow Secure Act 2.0 rules and take an R&D, depending on RBD dates. And so there's all kinds of things that have to come into taking this wealth. And also, just don't go spend it, right? And oftentimes with a wealth transition, some of the sizes that Aaron and I see, it can be life-altering, but it can also help you in your current situation take off. So we sometimes will see younger individuals. It's not just focused on them either, but, individuals who are not used to receiving or having this type of money, they go and just throw it back into the economy and spend it, almost frivolously. These type of transitions can be life-changing. And if that is something you desire to do, increase a little bit of lifestyle, there's nothing wrong with that. But also just make sure that you're not having Uncle Sam now all of a sudden be a bigger beneficiary of the money you're supposed to receive as well. So things to consider, just really quickly going back through it. What's your duty, right? What's out there? And then what am I going to do to be a good steward of this wealth and honor those that passed it to me in order to continue my lifestyle and maybe the lifestyle of their heirs? So just some quick things to go through. It's a phenomenal topic, and obviously Aaron, I deal with this quite a bit with individuals receiving inheritances. If there's something you're dealing with right now or you're about to deal with or want to discuss how to go through this process we just laid out, give us a call. Shoot us an email at Your Life After Work. We'd love to have that conversation with you, and any one of our advisory team members are able to handle this conversation in spades. So again, this can be sometimes a daunting endeavor, but there's people and teams out there like us who are willing to help you go through this transition. So again, looking forward to have that conversation if that's something you're dealing with in the future. And again, thanks for being with us. We're so blessed to be able to care for all of you that watch this, as well as blessed to be able to do this and for families that are not with us to get beneficial content. Appreciate the time, and we'll see you at the next one. If in our conversation today, something was sparked deep inside you and you feel like you want to evaluate your current financial journey, please click the link here. We'd love to schedule a complimentary meeting to sit down with you and navigate the potholes that may potentially be lurking around the corner in your financial situation. One of our talented team members will help you figure out where you are, figure out where you want to be, and then give you key critical things that you can think about today and tomorrow to make sure your financial journey remains intact.